In this lesson, I want to show you a powerful concept: how credit cards can be used as a tool to build wealth, not just as a source of debt. Most people associate credit cards with financial trouble, but when used correctly, they can actually function as tools for investment and growth. The key is changing how you think about them. Debt isn't always harmful. If handled strategically, it can be highly beneficial. Understanding the basics. First, it's important to know the difference between a debit card and a credit card. A debit card is tied directly to your bank account. When you spend money, it is immediately deducted. A credit card, on the other hand, allows you to borrow money temporarily with the expectation that you'll repay it later. Using a credit card responsibly, especially by paying off the balance regularly, helps build your credit profile, which is essential for larger financial opportunities in the future. Why credit cards can be valuable. Credit cards often come with reward systems like cash back or points. Over time, these rewards can be used for travel, purchases, or even converted into monetary value. Because of this, credit cards can be seen as part of your financial toolkit, something that can add value if used wisely. The right way to use credit cards. One important strategy is to stay active with your credit usage. Instead of using one card occasionally and paying everything off at once, you can rotate usage across multiple cards and make payments at different times. For example, use one card and pay it off during the first week. Use another card and clear it in the second week. Continue this cycle across multiple cards. This creates consistent activity, which strengthens your credit history and shows lenders that you can manage money responsibly. Rethinking debt. Debt is often described as something negative, but it can also be viewed as the cost of accessing money. If you can borrow at a low interest rate or even at 0%, you're essentially gaining access to capital at a very low cost. If that money is then used to generate higher returns, it can work in your favor. For example, instead of using all your savings to pay off something with low interest, you could invest part of that money into opportunities that generate higher returns. Using credit to grow wealth. Credit can be used to fund opportunities such as starting or expanding a business, investing in real estate, covering initial setup costs like marketing, tools, or hiring. For instance, someone might use credit to fund a project, generate income from it, and then use that income to repay the borrowed money while keeping the profit. This cycle can be repeated to grow wealth over time. Similarly, in business, credit can fund growth activities like advertising or product development. If these efforts generate revenue, they can cover the debt while creating profit. The importance of mindset. One of the biggest obstacles isn't the strategy, it's how people think about money. Many are taught to avoid debt entirely, but the reality is more nuanced. The goal isn't to eliminate debt completely, it's to use it intelligently. Another important factor is your environment. The people around you may not understand or support unconventional financial strategies. That's why it's important to stay focused on your own goals rather than seeking validation from others. Final takeaway. Credit cards are not inherently good or bad. It depends on how they are used. When managed properly, they can provide access to opportunities that might otherwise take years to reach. By shifting your mindset, using credit responsibly, and focusing on income-generating activities, you can turn credit into a tool for building long-term wealth.